Greetings and salutations, folks. My name is Nick, and welcome back to Forza Motorsport 7, where we're still on our way through the Seeker Cup. Like, I could probably try to do these two things and kind of rush my way through. Top Gear Limo Bowling. And a one-on-one race. Which would be faster than 4 races, in theory, to round out the Seeker Cup. So let us try the Ken Block Ford Focus one-on-one.
Hunt versus Lauda, Prost versus Senna, McLaren versus Ferrari. A proper rivalry.
I know that one because of the movie.
To improve. Pro rally driver Ken Block has dropped by the track to be your rival. Now here's your chance to challenge yourself against a racing pro.
What helped me get to the level I wanted to get was the passion. I thought about it every day. I want to be in the car every day. I practiced and got to the level that I got to because that passion was there for me to do what I wanted to do. And I wasn't going to stop till I got to the level I wanted to get to.
That is a lot of zebra stripes. Although, that's the thing, that I think took me off guard a little bit when I was younger, is the entire idea of passion. Like, if you're not passionate about something... Okay, that was a really nice exit from the starting line. Oh my gosh. Wow. Okay, now, in my defense, every single car that I've driven wrong. That was right shoulder button for camera. I wanted to hit left shoulder button for handbrake. In my defense, the only cars I've driven till now have been relatively slow. Like the hatchbacks and the trucks. Whereas this is, I think, the first major car that I've actually raced up to this point that has had a bit of speed to it. So that racing line that I've got, that's telling me that I've got to slow down a good mile from the corner. Has always been a lot shorter because of that. I was hoping to get some practice in driving fast cars in a previous section, but those fast cars were all too expensive for my wallet. Although now I've got a few more credits under my belt, so... So that'll help me in regards to whatever... Nope. Well, nope, son of a... Alright. At the very least, I seem to have some room to make mistakes. Not much room. But some room. Alright, that was a much cleaner turn in that the game didn't suggest that I rewind because of some mistake that I had made. Slow down. Good enough, in my book. That was awful. Let's try that again. I was hoping I could maybe survive in some fashion. But... clearly that was just one mistake after another. Like I said before, I'm gonna try not to abuse the rewind function, but I also, like, racing games are not exactly my forte. And playing the same track over and over again until it becomes my forte is not exactly my idea of a good time. Let's try limo bowling. See how that goes. I clicked through that way too quickly, so I have no idea what car I just picked up.
Car bowling is proof a car can make anything better. Instead of rolling a ball down a lane to hit some pins, you'll be the ball, racing to knock down pins set up for you along the track. It's a perfect way to practice drifting and sliding.
Oh, all right. Yeah.
Bowling with a car is something I'm pretty good at for two reasons. Number one, I've done a lot of dumb stuff in a car in my life. Number two, I took bowling as a class in college. The whole idea is just like when you see...
You went to a college where bowling was an available class? That is... I don't know, like, as somebody who knows the expense of college, I don't know if that's amazing or wasteful. Alright, let's see how well this goes. I need a target score of 330,000. So far, I'm doing A-okay. I don't think I can hit all of those. All of those pins. Nope. Nope. Man, I missed those. But there's a whole bunch here, so maybe that'll help me out. And then... this might get me... back on track. Is it thinking that I did a poor job because I crashed into all of these pins? And alright, so I didn't really need to do too great of a job. And because there's no time limit and I've already won, I don't have to worry about rewinding. Fantastic.
You just won the Seeker Championship, and you showed everyone what a contender you are. Now, if that's not enough, you can now take your shot at the next step to the Cup, the Breakout Championship.
Oh, for some reason I was expecting there to be like a final race for the Seeker Cup, but I guess I'm okay with that. Yeah. And a Cadillac. Limousine has joined my collection. And a Subaru.
The Breakout Championship is next in your sights. As you can see, there's more of everything to tackle, and more will be asked of you. Consider this a good example of what you'll be up against from here on in. You ready?
In that case, I might as well try out these special ones, because they seem to give you free cars, and they're relatively quick in comparison to anything else. So let's do the passing challenge with the Porsche 918 Spider.
Passing other cars isn't just part of this race. It's the only thing that matters in this challenge. Strap into one of the fastest cars in the world and overtake as many drivers as you can before the race ends.
Okay, that sounds nice.
Respect
Oh,
comes
34
from
cars.
Winning. I think reverence comes from winning over a long period. If you look at all of the great car brands, the ones that are revered, most of them have proven themselves time and time again on the track. Porsche have a reverence because of the breadth of capabilities that they've delivered on a racetrack. So I think that reverential sort of nature towards a certain car brand comes from that wider accomplishment of winning over a longer period.
All right, we need to pass 34 cars. Most likely hurtling past them at speeds beyond my own control. But I think what the idea is here... Hello. Is focus not on passing, then. Because I'm going to pass them regardless. They have no choice but to be passed. Is to focus instead on clean racing. Because I'm not going to need to worry about bullying any of these cars at 140 miles per hour. They're not trying to pass me or anything. They're not trying to take up the road. I just need to stay calm and drive clean. Which I feel is probably good practice for me anyway. Game, I don't need to rewind that. I'm fine. I'm at like 13 cars already. Although I believe this is 2 laps, so if I hit the finish line with less than 17 cars, then I'm going to be in trouble. And I've already passed by 17. If I can pass by 17 per lap, then that's all I need to do to hit the score I need. And I've already hit my quota for the first race, just barely. Yeah, I think this was the... No, I don't think I was buying the Porsche. I was trying to buy like a BMW or something for one of my previous attempts at a race, and simply did not have credits to do so. So getting this free car at the end of this race is going to be worth much more than the 250 points it'll give towards the Breakout Cup. Was that what it was called? It was so long ago since he described this specific section of the Forza Motorsport 7 Championship. Or maybe I just wasn't paying enough attention. I'm fine, game. I don't need to rewind. And with 27, 28, 29, and 30 in the bag. My apologies to any mechanic who has to see this, along with Porsche owners who have to see my terrible, reckless behavior in damaging this car, who know more than I do what the cost of repairing all this damage would be. I can only assume that it's expensive, because everything related to cars is expensive, and I've only owned cheap cars. And I'm at 36 out of 34. Good enough. This collection of vehicles did not stand a chance. Breakout championship. Okay. At least I'm assuming I'm getting a free car. We're gonna go with the Caddy.
Going with the car. A smart choice.
Maybe I'm not. I just get the opportunity to drive it briefly. Oh, never mind. I skipped past that way too quickly. I need to stop doing that. Moments in motorsport. We're going back to an era before wings appeared in F1, when engines moved to the middle and when Britannia ruled.
Racing's this wondrous thing, packed with excitement, danger, and triumph. And when racers pushed to go faster, they squeezed every ounce of force they could. Every step of the way, legends were born. You have the chance to go back and relive epic racing moments and celebrate the drivers who made them.
My heroes are drivers who can get into anything and go fast, and who drive for the pure love of competition and racing. And for that reason, apart from talent, their motivation made them a champion in a lot of different disciplines.
All right, 3.26 miles, 3 laps. Let's get it done. Those are very cheesy side mirrors. I don't think I'm going to be able to rely on bullying people in the same way that I did in my previous laps, because I don't really have, my car doesn't really have a body. Never mind, that actually, no. No. That kind of sort of worked, kind of sort of didn't. No, no. Wow. I'm not entirely sure where I would be rewinding for this one, because I think I fell apart pretty quickly. How many people are on this track? Oh my gosh. Let's just start this one over. Let's not even worry about All right, let's just go all the way back to the beginning and hope for the best. All right, we're coming up to a... Okay. Nope, I don't need to rewind that one. I might. other cars. There's a lot of racers very close to each other, makes this a very tense race. But I wonder if I'm also just kind of like pulling the stick a little bit too much on the controller, and that's also holding me back. And here we have a wide turn. Excuse me. Thank you very much. All right, another smaller turn. Not terrible, but it could have gone better. Still, I'm at 5th place. I'm not surrounded by other cars. 4th place, excellent. There we go. Alright. So I've got to move up 3 spots. And also not be overtaken by that guy in the course of 1.5 laps. Unfortunately, this 3rd place driver is a little bit farther ahead than I'd like. And that's the thing. Because I'm making such poor turns, that means I'm not being able to exploit, like, straightaways in the best fashion. But I think I can maybe pass by. Nope. Because I'm still a little bit out of control coming up of the turn. 1 lap to go to make up 3 spots. Luckily, the 3rd, 2nd, and 1st place drivers, they're not exactly that far from each other. There we go. Okay, that was a better turn than the one previous to it. But unfortunately, I think the other racers... Let's try that again. because I don't think I'm going to make it. Try as hard as I might. I think I might have to retry this particular race. Unless I get really lucky. All right. Whew. I admit this game it feels like it's requiring a lot more out of me than most. But I feel it's also part of like the fact that like every turn counts, so it feels as though like every turn has the opportunity to succeed or fail. All right. Well, we did it. Completed out that challenge. Made a little bit of credits. Not much. It's a small challenge. Made more experience than credits. And now I will try not to rush my way through this. There we go. And we got the 1967 Brabham B2024. And to round out today, let's do the Endurance Racing Circuit des Spa-Francorchamps. Curious to see how the Chevrolet Corvette you'll be driving handles the La Source hairpin. I think this might be the horrible...
Endurance racing? Exhausting. Hard. You get in your car and race long distances, stopping only for fuel, new tires, and replacement drivers. Yeah, you could drive any car. That's the only comfort. The rest of it is a battle to keep up your energy while fending off or passing rivals.
Okay, so how long is this?
For me as a driver, when I look at racetracks and I try to determine what I like about a track, what makes it iconic to me, I think it's those particular corners for each track that kind of just captivate you. You go to Spa in Belgium and you think about Eau Rouge, and it's just a captivating corner, and it's made it iconic for many, many drivers. And having driven there personally, you understand why it's so captivating and why it kind of transcends the whole track into a special place.
23 laps! Jesus Christ! What the hell do you want from me, game? Well, top 3 is... But 23 laps? Oh my gosh. Good enough. Already in 4th. But catching up with first is going to be tricky, especially if they're all the way out there. I'll have to rely on these turns. Maybe. There we go. There goes second. No. The thing is, though, I don't need to worry about it that quickly. Like, getting first is not exactly a necessity. I just have to place in the top 3 for this race. And I've got 22 laps to go. Oh my gosh, video game. When they say endurance race, they definitely mean it. Like, even if I never catch up with this guy, and if this guy behind me passes me up, which he just might, that was a pretty poor turn, but it worked. 21 more to go. Alright. I'm closing in on this guy, though. There's that. And I might be able to overtake him. And it's done. So now, in theory, as long as I drive cleanly enough for 21 more laps, 21 and a half more laps, I'm good to go. All right, 20 more to go. You know, if anything, what was I talking about earlier in regards to needing practice? Like, nothing will prepare me more for clean driving and proper turning etiquette more than doing this same track 23 laps in a row. Okay, so I probably should mention this at this point. It turns out I am a bit of a moron. I've been pressing the left shoulder button, thinking that it's the handbrake. It is not the handbrake. It is in fact the clutch. And since I'm not driving a manual car, it probably has been doing jack all for me this entire time. The A button is the handbrake. So I'm gonna try to use the A button from now on. Alright, that's with the handbrake. Got to try out a couple slides there. Definitely could use a little bit of practice, but much better than not using the handbrake at all. You know, I think I bit off way more than I was expecting to chew with this one. I was looking at these challenges expecting them to be, like small morsels. And the game did try to warn me, to be fair. The game did title it as an endurance race. And I think, like, and while I would say that there's a version of this that I feel that I would initially enjoy more, that being like the idea of like a cross-country race. Similar to, say, like, let's say you were doing a race across the whole of San Andreas as seen in Gran Turismo 5. Not Gran Turismo 5, Grand Theft Auto 5. You did like a whole cross-country race. It started in like the southern tip of San Andreas, and it looped around the entire drivable section of road. Like, I feel as though that would be more interesting to me, but at the same time, this is where the idea of simulation, like, Forza makes itself much more approachable than other simulation-based racing games. But this is where that the fantasy of the simulation crosses in. My knowledge of this kind of race is limited entirely to two things. One, I have a friend of mine who got really into Gran Turismo back on the PS3 days, and I remember him talking about having to do like a 6-hour race, and it took like a full several hours, 6 hours to complete, I think. I'm putting the number, it could have been less, it could have been more. And then there's the movie Ford versus Ferrari with, I believe the race was the Le Mans. I don't remember exactly the name of it, but it was a long, like, relay race. So the idea of having to do this length of a race is, like, it's interesting that it is available in the game, because by all means I would not be able to do it in real life. I do not have the equipment, the training to go a full hour of racing. But that's where the simulation crosses in. And you experience a plethora of racing. So much so I feel a little bit more practiced. I definitely still need to learn how to race in the rain. But that had a lot of clean turns. In the meantime, though, got any suggestions for someone to play next? Leave them down in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and have yourselves a good night.